Hi and welcome. My name is Ekemini Robert. In this video, we're going to see how you can defend against a 1-2. It is also known as a give and go or a wall pass. So, depending on which one you hear, these three terms almost always mean the same thing. So, have you ever been outdone by a 1-2? Or maybe you're just hearing about this for the first time. So, how can you actually defend against a 1-2? So here is how a simple give and go works. Now, there is a player who is with the ball and then place it to a teammate who then gives her a return pass in space. So here it is, 1-2. All right. And so the opponent in the middle is left in no man's land. So, how do you defend against this kind of play? Now, the first thing that we want to consider is the player approaching to press the ball, the lady trying to defend, trying to get the ball back. What is she actually doing wrong here? Now, the first thing she's doing wrong is that she's approaching to press without any plan. And secondly, she is not aware of what is going on around her. So she's not checking around to see what is happening around her. And because of that, she's unaware that there is a free man to her left and also a big space down the right for someone to run into. And because of this, she leaves herself vulnerable. She jumps into the middle, which is one of the worst things she could do, and leaves herself vulnerable to a 1-2 play, which, by the way, is exquisitely executed, as we can see here. So now that we've seen what she did wrong to get herself in that vulnerable position, what could she have done to actually stop this play from happening? The first thing that you want to do before approaching to press the man with the ball is that you want to be aware of your surroundings. So checking your surroundings will help you know players that are left unmarked and open spaces that your opponents could seek to exploit, like in this case, the player down to her left is unmarked and then there's a space to the right. Now, what you can do here is that you can call on your teammates to help you pick up idle players if you cannot pick them up yourself. You want to be aware of spaces that your opponent could seek to exploit. So, making sure that you don't leave players unmarked and also taking note of open spaces will help you approach the press with a plan, with a strategy. Because if you just jump into the middle like she did here, it's going to actually leave you vulnerable to a 1-2 that could play around you and just get past you. And so you want to approach with a plan, getting your teammates to help you. Another thing that you can do is that you want to approach the player with the ball, cutting out the passing lane. Now, the line in red shows a passing lane to a teammate that is actually free. So if you approach the player with the ball, cutting out that passing lane, it actually makes it impossible for them to play a forward pass. And in most cases, you're going to force them to either take the ball and play it back or play it to the side. But this also depends on the situation. While cutting out the passing lane, you want to make sure that the space, for example, the one to her right, is not too big, because while cutting out the passing lane, you also leave out an option of the space for your opponent to run with the ball into. So this depends a lot on what's going on around you and also your speed. So if you have the speed to actually cut out the passing lane and also at the same time keep tabs on the space that the player could run into, you can actually cut out all the options that they would have, and this will make you put you in a good position to force them back, to play the ball back, or maybe play it to the side. And once you do that, your job is done. In some very good cases, you may end up dispossessing them because they're out of options and probably don't know what to do with the ball at that point. And so that is how to defend against a 1-2. So if you learned anything, please hit that like button, and also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on other cool football tips like this. Before we go, we have a full blog post on how to defend against a 1-2. These ideas will also help you when defending in a 2v1 situation. So I'll leave a link in the description. All right, that's it on this video. Thank you for watching.